What's going on, Dragon Ball family? It's your boy, Maxwell. We back again with another profile video. We're going to try to churn these out as much as we can. Apologies if we've been a little bit of absenceness going on here, but getting ready for Nats happens. But here we are. I'm with my boy Klinger, the Kling Sauce,
Yep.
Mr. Top 8 himself with Vegex. And we got young Biriarr over here, the Canadian Stallion, ready to go with another profile and another top. Little bit of out of top 8 this time, but that's okay. The five-time top champion with Red Vegeta. And he wanted to try a little something different today, and he played Arinsu. And he's going to walk us through what we got going on here. Take
Sweet.
it away, Beer.
Thanks for having me, Max. Yeah, so I wanted a little bit of a change. I was kind of mixed on what I wanted to play. I was debating on actually playing Beerus Ramp, but we tested that. That was a bad idea. And I felt too lazy to play Janemba
Rip.
Mill. I wanted to be a jerk and ruin everyone's day, but I realized this deck kind of sucks, so I didn't get to that. And the day of the regional, I was working evenings. I wanted to play Gogeta BR, like the blue one from BT26, but I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm literally working. I won't have the time to submit my list or anything. So I said, you know what? I have Arinsu. This deck is great. This deck is fun. Let's play it. I was a believer of the deck when it was first revealed, anyways, and I'm like, why not give it a shot? And I ended up finishing ninth, which honestly not bad. I only played like 3-4 games the whole week for practice, so I'm down. But yeah, without further ado, we got the list. So we're gonna start with like the curve and all that. So the first card for the curve is 4 copies of the Bulma New World Counterattack. This card's broken. You either play it turn one on your turn one against matchups where you know they're going to attack you on their turn two, or even against matchups where they don't. Honestly, like you just play it turn one. It's like a broken cantrip, anyways, and it top five searches for any of the Daima cards basically of any cost, which is super broken. And then like in the mid game, a counterattack that like top five searches is really stupid. Like this card is way too overtuned and honestly is a mistake in my opinion. But either way, I digress. We ran 3 copies of Majin Du. I like to call him Fat Boy Slim personally, but he has Barrier Revenge. Usually the guy you're gonna summon with your Goma. I'll get to that in a second, but he has active main. You can pay 1 blue, and you can play him from your drop area in rest mode. And when he's played, when his skills are all intact, you can discard a card to draw a card. It's a nice way to filter. It's a nice way to like have extra lines of play when you just have excess energy, or just a way to get max value on your leader auto on the other side. Pretty good card. I did not run the Majin Q 3 cost. That one has Deflect and Revenge. It's honestly fine to run both. I just I was running a 57 card list, which is a little greedy, but I didn't care. I saw
Mhm.
everything I needed anyways. Other people run leaner lists, but the thing to me is like, who honestly is going to counterplay this? Like, I don't
Right.
really care. No, who's going to waste this? Like, nobody. So I'm like, yeah, if you want to waste a counterplay to hit this, like, good job, man. Like, you're wasting so much more than I am. We ran 4 copies of the Arinsu SR. This card's honestly broken. Probably one of the better cards in blue overall. Pay 2, draw, take a life. You can dual attack with this or make any of your Diamond 3 costs or less. Plus 5k untap is really, really good. Obviously, great synergy with the Z Battle card. And honestly, kind of fits into a lot of other blue decks as well. Really, really nice card, honestly. We ran 3 copies of Degasu. Deflect blocker. When he's in play, his permanent says if he leaves the board, he's removed from game. Act battle from your drop area. You just pay 1 blue. You play him and combo a blue card from your drop area with its skills negated. It's a great way to build your Z energy early. Lets you set up really aggressive lines of play. Lets you set up your Goma plays and all that. If you're going first, and even on defense going second, it's a great way to play around like red when they go explosive dance, explosive dance, explosive dance. You're like, wow, that's really cool, man. We don't care. And even when you're trying to go for like, aggressive pushes, it's just a great card. Unfortunately, it's only locked to Diamond leaders, but c'est la vie.
Mhm.
Uh, we ran 4 copies of King Goma. This card's pretty nuts. Um, Pay 1 blue when your opponent has 2 more energy. Play this guy, and when he's played, you get to play a 3 cost Diamond card from your drop area with its non-keyword skills negated. So obviously, what that means is Du gets to keep his Barrier Revenge. You can play a copy of Arinsu, for example. You can play Degasu. You can play Vanilla, whatever. Like there's an overabundance of targets, and the best part is he's not actually locked to this leader. You can actually run this in other stuff. Like I've actually been working on like a Soul Striker list, running the Diamond package, but Soul Striker still sucks. But either way, it's a cool little thing there. Broken card, honestly, and this card won me way too many games. I'll be honest. Like this is just a stupid card. We ran 3 copies of the vanilla Marba, the Great Witch. 30k vanilla is just obviously great. Being able to summon it with Goma, swing 30 is great. And sometimes, if you're not doing the Goma Z card, you can go swing 30, act battle and Rinsu, untap this 35 and then 30, and your opponent's like, oh my god, this is too much. And on that same swing, you could go Degasu, combo a card, and you're like 35, 35, and like, what does your opponent do? Like, go ahead, combo out of 35. You want to go to 40? They're taking these hits every time. Great, great,
Yeah.
great card. In all
The new
honesty.
Kid Q, huh?
Right? That's what I'm saying. The new Kid Coup. And then we ran 4 copies of Majin Q, and we ran 4 copies of Majin Du, like the 6-drops. They're the cards we literally draw with. Really, really important. The Du will bounce a battle card of any cost to hand. Obviously great for removing SCRs, Z cards, token negates, all that. Even in certain matchups, like, you know what, you have a threat, I'm just going to bounce it to your hand. If you want to pay 2, pay 3 to play it again next turn, you go ahead and do that. That's your whole turn. We don't care, right? And the Majin Q, having the redirect, is backbreaking and game winning. I'll be honest, I won multiple games on the weekend because of the redirect. Because the redirect on this is not limit 1, it's once per turn. So if I already have a copy of this in play, sometimes what I would do is, let's say he's the only copy I have in public area. I don't have another one in hand even. My opponent goes, oh, I'm going to swing with some stupid thing. I'm like, wow, that's really cool, man. We'll redirect to himself, KO, have him die, go to the drop. And then I'd resummon him with my leader skill, play him again. And then they go, oh, we're going to do some other stupid thing. We're like, yeah, cool. Redirect to whatever else. Like, who cares? And obviously be able to redirect to the Majin Du is really, really powerful. And this is something I keep telling the guys on the team too. Some people like to argue on this, not you guys, obviously. Is this deck, because of the fact that it has that interaction with the redirect and the revenge, it basically has the best bear removal in blue that isn't actually bear removal. I basically, for one, or technically for free, essentially, because the leader on top, I can get rid of any barrier threat that attacks me. Solidarity, gone. Forget about it, right? Oh, Broly, what do you call it? That stupid Broly SCR, S is for gone. Like any annoying thing, Beaston gone. Like, we don't care. Like, just, we get rid of
Yeah.
barrier threats.
You can't
without
swing
thinking.
big cards into this without them doing all that first,
Yeah,
for sure.
you have to bait us, and like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not stupid. I'll just wait, and then you
Mhm.
can't play your boss monster. And then we ran 4 copies of the Glorio Super Combo. It's searchable with Bulma. It's a 10k combo, no matter what. 4 life, draw 1, and I mean, we have ways to take life. Arinsu takes life anyways. We awaken at 5. Like, it's not hard for this to be live anyways. There is arguments for running like a copy or 2 of Zeno. I'm not gonna lie. There are a few moments where like, man, I wish I had a Zeno here, and so there's maybe even an argument to running the Vegeta bottom 1 draw 2. But to be honest, I hard value being able to have a searchable super combo versus anything else. It's why not? And it's also a 15k, where like Zeno's a 4k and the Vegeta is like a 10k. These things do matter. Like 15k is a sweet spot number because you still do have cards like Degasu that are 15s and Arinsu that are 15s that can swing through dance. Where if I ran the other 2 super combos, I can't swing through dance with those, right? Like 15k is a nice sweet spot. 15 or 20 is perfect.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to call this the Chungawungus Unga Bunga ACOS beater package because that was honestly my strategy. I did not run.
That's the name of the card, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did not run the Pansy Negate into a Unison package. I did initially with like the Hit Unison and the 1718, and it is nice. But I'll be honest, I'm just an aggressive player. My mindset was I'm just going to turn cards sideways, take my opponent to 2 or 3 life on turn 2, and kill him on turn 3 or turn 4. I don't care. So I just want to play the biggest, stupidest bombs that I can every turn. So I ran 2 copies of the Goma promo. And this is like the one where people are like, you're kind of trolling for running this card. And I'll be honest, I don't care. My opponent has to have 10 or more cards in it. I have to be at 4 life to make him cost 1 to play. But like, my justification is, if I haven't done my leader auto yet, this is a 30k beater for 1, and then leader goes untap and energy. So 30k beater for free, that when it attacks will give any demon realm crit and plus 5k until the end of the opponent's turn. Even just off the fact that I could swing 30k with this and make my leader at 20k until the end of my opponent's turn is justification enough, in my opinion. This costs me 0 energy, and my leader's a 20 base. You know, eat your heart out, 15k spam decks. Eat your heart out, 20k spam decks. We don't care. right?
Were there opportunities in the tournament for you to actually play this card? And if so, did it perform as expected? Or
Unfortunately, in the tournament, the matchups that I had, there was only 1 or 2 matchups where I could have used it. I just didn't draw into it. Majority of the other matchups, I ended up siding this card out for other things, but I would still not go home without it. I do like this card a lot. I think there is a lot of potential to it. But this was definitely like that flex sideboard spot as well at the same time. For the next,
The being on the leader, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it did that until the end of your opponent's turn. Because
Yeah.
obviously you think about this with the Goma
the Z
Z
battle
card, you're like, okay, that's even more busted. But then you're also maybe walking into a missed sequence when you got 2 active mode cards there. So I could see where just this on the leader is just the easiest, best solution. Yeah,
Exactly.
that makes sense.
And then other thing too, this isn't even locked to like it's any Daima card. This is technically generic. You could run this in other decks too if you run like a Daima Soul Strike or whatever, but also this is kind of nice in the blue Daima Goku deck as well, because that also just runs Daima cards too. And like you make your leader 20k with this, and then you proceed to use the Glorio Unison, make your leader 25, and your opponent's like, how do I even kill you? You're 25k leader in that deck, right? But anyways, I digress. The next part of the Chunga Wungus package is, of course, the broken ACOS Broly. Thankfully, I pulled one SPR, but
that's a good card.
broken card, honestly. This card is way too flexible at what it does. The fact that we can play this on turn 2 and remove anything is great. Swinging 35k is great. I've had, like, in the regional alone, I had games where this, literally the one I played on turn 2, lasted the whole game. Like, sometimes they just don't have the out. Like, 8 cost 35 is too big for red to minus, and sometimes an 8 cost that early in the game is too big for early game removal anyways. So, like, you know, we're chilling. And obviously the ability to, like, untap itself and swing double strike is great, and the fact that you can EX evolve and untap itself and swing double strike again is great. Like, the card's really, really powerful. And then we ran 2 copies of the Ubesar. This actually came up quite a bit today, which is surprising, because me personally, it's very, very rare someone ever casts Oob against me. Like, I think maybe like once a year I'll have someone Oob me because I know to not Z-charge past 2. But people, I don't know why people do this. You face blue, don't charge to 2Z energy, guys. Just don't do it. You're trolling. Like, this card's broken. Don't let me do it. But people did. And in one of my matchups, they had no choice but to do it. I faced a Nova. They have to. That deck needs the energy to function. So, you know, it's nice when it comes up there for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say some decks don't have a choice but to Z charge,
Yeah.
so there's no way around it. So there's no reason not to play the Oob, because that's like a majority of the format says I have to Z charge to play the game.
Exactly.
And if you know you're going to get countered anyway, this is much stronger than Broly. It's 2 more cards. I mean, you draw one, and also they have to lose
3,
one.
and the counter ability. It's just really, really powerful, and it's super potent with the Z battle card as well, because that also makes him lose a card, and this makes him lose a card, and you're just like, oh my god, like, where'd my hand go? And
Best hand
then
control deck in the game.
best hand control ever. And then the piece de resistance for the
Hey,
Chunga
buddy.
Wungus package, the Vegeta H. I don't know. I know I have a second SPR. I don't know where it went, but whatever. I'll find it later. This card is really, really stupid in this deck, because obviously you can go 35, and if they negate, you go, cool, I'll just remove my Goma that I've already attacked with. Swing goes through. You can dump on that. And then you can go, cool, I'll just play another Goma, swing with Goma. And then you go, yeah, swing with this. You want to counter this again? Oh, you do? Cool, remove Goma. Swing again. And then we'll just play Goma again, or like whatever. It's really, really powerful. 35k dual attack for 2 is really, really powerful. And the fact that, like, it punishes your opponent for trying to hard negate is broken. Especially, like, against something like yellow. Because, like, for yellow, like, they could obviously try and go really Sumeval, and there's nothing you can do about that. But, like, you know, sometimes they get to these points where they're like, man, I got a Nimbus here. If I don't Nimbus here, I'm dead. And I go, wow, that's really cool. You have to Nimbus here, and you're at 2 life. I'm just going to swing with this. And if you want to Nimbus, this attack goes through anyways, and I'm just going to dump my hand. Right? Like, this card is really, really powerful and super underrated. A little spicy aggro tech. We ran 1 copy of the Janemba SR from BT12. Because we have a vanilla Mava, obviously. We'll just, you know, just
How many games?
to be honest, I only got to use it like once or twice the whole day, because I just killed my opponents before I actually needed this, or my opponents would bean themselves, or just stupid floodgates that just wouldn't make this a viable play. But I still would not. I wouldn't leave home without it.
Might
It's
as well
still
have
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
it's still a free play. It's 19k critical. Like they're gonna combo out of it,
exactly, and
or
it
burn the
bounces with the
Senzu bean
hand.
on the swing. Yeah.
Exactly. But also because it bounces, you're getting another draw. Like it replaces itself. But even technically, something you could do is you could go Act Battle Goma. Let's say like you don't have Mara, but you go Act Battle Goma to. Actually, it doesn't work because he has Deflect. Never mind. I didn't do it in the regional, but like that just crossed my mind. That actually doesn't work. I'm like, oh, you can Goma, but he still keeps Deflect. But yeah, so yeah, just mainly the Marba. And then we had our counter package. Obviously, we had the 4 Bulmas. We ran 4 defending Besto Friendo because we have Z battle cards that are live on turn 2, basically. And 4 D Magic. And then, like, that's 12 counterattacks, and that felt honestly sufficient. I really don't think you need Prospect or Oceanus or any of that other stuff. I think you're playing an aggressive deck. Like, what? Who cares? We're just trying to bridge to that turn 3, turn 4, and win the game then. I ran 4 copies of Sensu obviously, because we're playing a blue deck. Why would we not run the best card in blue? This card is stupid. It was stupid in set 1. It was stupid before they errata. It's stupid after they errata. The card's broken. Like,
Let's get rid of it.
well, yeah, especially in this deck, because if I sequence properly, right, I can go, leader skill, bounce the 3 cost to hand, play something, untap an energy, and then I go Sensu Bean. When I face Will, the reason he couldn't beat me was literally because I double beam my leader to 25. And he's like, this is too much. I can't. The number, the math does not math, right? And then the secret that I opted to run is, of course, the Serial Beast Gohan. That was also part of the reason why I chose to play the deck, because I'm like, I gotta play my 5th Serial. I have to do it at least once. And I mean, this SCR is stupid in the deck. Like, I'd say at least 3 to 4 of my games, I just won on turn 3 just off the back of seeing this in my opening hand, or just drawing into it by like turn 2, turn 3, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take you down. Oh, you don't have Dormant in hand on turn 3. Well, shit, I guess you're gonna die. Oh, you didn't have Nimbus. Well, shit, I guess you're gonna die. Or, oh, you Nimbus me. I guess I'll play this and untap my Unison or something. Like, this card's stupid. It's, like, honestly, I could kind of see the appeal of Hatch, but why am I just don't see the logic as well at the same time. Because, so the argument for Hatch is like, oh, I can tap out aggressively and do stuff. But this is a deck that actually wants to go to the combat phase. I want to play on your turn. I want to play 3 to 4 bodies on your turn because you even had the audacity to even breathe my oxygen, try and attack me, right?
Oh boy.
Where this card says, "Yo, I'm here to exterminate," right? But yeah, so that was the main list. I ran in my sideboard. I ran 2 copies of Final Hope Slash because we don't like the mirror match. We're just gonna bounce their Arinsu if they sequence poorly. And against Panzino, they want to go, haha, we have a 2-cost Z battle card. We say, wow, that's really cute, man. We'll just bounce that away and laugh at you. We ran 3 copies of Demigra. Saiyaman Needs to Suffer. That deck is horrible, toxic, and should never been made. And it actually came up, so God bless. We ran 2 copies of Decisive Strike. Shout out to Baden for that. That was a really smart idea. That definitely my own original idea, right, Baden? But I did side it in against yellow matchups that I faced, but I didn't actually have an opportunity to use it. I just won my games anyways, but I still would run it. I don't see why we wouldn't. Especially because we pay nothing. If you have a Z card in play, what is this, like, if you enters mono blue, you activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its synergy cost by bottom decking another card, and all you need is a Z battle card. So you can just pay 0, bottom deck a card in hand, and you just do this. And you're like, yeah, cool Oceanus, bro. Cool Nimbus. Not Nimbus, what do you call it? Repose, Bardock, whatever have you, right? Really, really good card for the deck. We ran 2 copies of BMS because Saiyaman Needs to Suffer, and it did come up because Saiyaman Needs to Suffer. It's also great against... It's kind of okay against the mirror. Because if you don't swing against them, if they want to play their Arinsu, they have to basically either clear this or discard 2. And then we ran 2 copies of the Power Reclaimed because this card is broken. We side this mainly, in my opinion, against red. I sided against red mainly. You side this against red. You side this against Nova. You side this against black decks when they want to be cute and go, "Ha, we run Evil Sane." It's like, wow, that's really cool, man. Emotional Blow Trunks for Biriarr.deck, like Saiyaman, and obviously for Zamasu Mill because suffer, right? And then we went 2 copies of Koitsukai because we don't like Saiyaman and we don't like Saiyaman. yeah, I don't like Saiyaman, and I just want to make them suffer. So, we just run the card that says, yeah, you want to play cards on my turn? Suffer. It's also great for the mirror match, obviously. I'll be honest, Koitsukai kind of hits every deck in the game. Everybody's playing something on your turn. It's also nasty against red, especially when you've built a bunch of Z energy, and they're like, wow, Dance is really bad here. Red decks kind of, if they don't have their extra card floodgate, every other thing that red does, besides V-Rays, which
Battle
doesn't do
cards.
anything, it's all battle cards. Token Negate, Vegito, Defeating the Demon, Gohan counterattack and Red Vegeta, right? Like all these different cards that are just played on the opponent's turn, and this just goes, yeah, we don't care. Against Bojack as well, same thing. Oh, you want to play 20 Ks on my turn? Yeah, sure, no problem, man. Let's just make you warp your hand, right? So, Koitsukai,
Yeah.
great card. Don't go home without it. And then for my Z deck, I ran obviously 4 copies of King Goma. Card's stupid, really, really overtuned card. And spoiler warning. This card's generic. You can run this in other blue decks as well if you run a Diamond package, which is sweet in all honesty. Card's broken. I mean, deflect, unique. Unique doesn't really matter because we have the Vegeta as well. And, you swing twice with the Arinsu SR, his ability, and you go, well, yeah, bottom deck a card. If they don't clear this, you go Defending Friends, and you're kind of chilling. We ran 1 copy of the 18 Double Strike Unison. This card came in clutch. I'd say about half my matches I played as Unison, and it was really, really good, especially when yellow players are like, yeah, we're going to Nimbus because we don't want you to beat us up with this battle card deck. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool, man. Here's a Unison. We'll swing Double Strike. We'll play Beast Han Bernie for 1. We'll untap Unison and Energy. We'll swing Beast Han for 40 because go ahead and deal with it. Or we'll swing Vegeta and tell you to deal with it. And then we'll go, here's another Double Strike and kill you. And they go, oh my god, what just happened? Right? Like, this card's just really good. 1 copy of the Board Wipe Cell. Broken card. Remember, guys, only absorbs 5 or less. Someone cheated with that last year, but don't worry about it.
Oh boy.
I'm digging up dirt. But yeah, no. This card actually came in a clutch against Red Vegeta. Being able to absorb boards is broken, especially against red boards. A lot of Red's boards are 5 or lesses, 4 or lesses. Same with black. A lot of black's boards are 5 or lesses, 4 or lesses. Really good card. And honestly, if you have Beast Han out in this, and you give this, and this gets a triple strike for turn, you're going 25 triple crit, 25 triple crit, like because of this.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do that. It didn't come up for me to do that, but you can. 1 Mighty Blast because Mighty Blast is a broken card. 1 Deborah's Unison because Deborah is a broken card. It honestly did not come up for me, but I would still run it because it's still better bear removal than running that stupid Beerus Z battle card that loses to every counterplay on the universe. 1 copy is Stronger Together. Thankfully, I didn't run into any matchups where I needed to play the card, but the logic with this, and the reason I run it is because I run Beast, is the idea is your opponent's going to have like a million cards on board, and they have a decent sized amount of cards in hand, and you go, wow, I'm going to pay to play Beast Han, bounce your whole board to your hand, and then you ask your opponent, how many cards do you have? And they say, oh, we got like, I don't know, 22, 24, 18, whatever, right? And they go, man, that's crazy. And you go untap 2 with Beast Han and play this guy for 2. And you go, yeah, how about you bottom deck those 22 cards down to 10, please? And then you basically, now you pretty much hard board wipe them now, right? Because there's no way half those cards you remove, they're going to keep them, right? They lose all that value. And then you just move on from there. So that's the logic there, which is why I still will run it no matter what. This is just a really strong combo. If you're running Hatchak or whatever, maybe you could change this for something else, but this is like a really stupid combo against certain decks. And then I ran 1 copy of Baby. The logic was if I ever went into turns where I played the Vegeta, I could always go pay 2 for Vegeta and then use my leader skill to untap an energy by playing a free play by bouncing a 3 cost. And then I have an energy open and I play Baby, and then I swing Vegeta, sack Baby, and on the second swing I sack Goma or something like that. But honestly, I'm probably going to change this for a surmounting, because if I ever get in a situation where my opponent doesn't swing at me and I'm at 6 life or like 7 life because I already did my leader skill turn 1, leader skill put me to 6, and then let's say I don't see a Rinsu, how do I get to my 5th life, right? So this should honestly be surmounting, and even then late game, I still go, cool, play surmounting, take a life, bottom 1, take a life, draw, and I'll still just pop this for the Vegeta anyways. Obviously, it doesn't have barrier, but who cares? Like,
Yeah, does the same purpose, but then some.
Exactly. It's too much value. So this definitely should be surmounting. But yeah, that's that's my list.
Yeah. I say it's also that last Z card also just like defending friends if in case you have no board, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Yeah, which is a really, really cool deck. Definitely takes some navigating in order to beat it, just because of that redirect for sure. So
hmm
definitely difficult to push them into that corner to try to force them to use it in a non-opportune time. But it's definitely cool to also see you on a deck, not Red
not Red
Vegeta, and
Vegeta.
vibing with something else that's kind of up your alley because you're that very aggressive player, and it's cool to see, especially blue. Blue aggro was a very cool
Mm,
thing to be able to have the opportunity to play for sure. I'm glad they finally dipped more into that field
yeah,
because that what was it? It was that SS2 Gohan deck that was super cool. That was fun to play for a while, but after that, there was no real blue
3
aggro deck
was.
that was worth running. Three,
I will say back in that last regional when SS4 and Red Sin was legal, I played 3 in that regional and I made it a turn 2 kill deck, and I got to my last round and I was like X2, but I was like at the higher brackets, like I was gonna top, and I faced my buddy, and this is when you had to have an invite, and I'm like, I'll give you the win, buddy. You need your invite. So I honestly was gonna top. Like I actually beat him, but I'm like, take the win so you get your top. So just
But
saying.
enough about 3Han.
Yeah.
It's
We
a
got our
Dr.
matchups
Arinsu
though.
here right now.
Just
Would you ever
three hunts fake.
feel like you would want 4 Degasu? Because that's kind of the only way to like build freezy energy, right? Besides obviously Bulma using
Uh
that as combo, but you don't really have any other efficient ways of Z charging, correct?
Not really. I mean, I'll just combo a card to be honest.
Well, that's not efficient.
Yeah, I don't care about efficient though. I'm a turn 2 kill
That's
3.
fair.
I
Okay,
mean that's my problem, right? That's me being a troll though, right?
so
Like
three's good. Three's good.
3 felt fine. There might be an argument for 4 because there was like maybe one match where I'm like, man, I wish I saw this. But I'll be honest too, like a lot of times I see it, I'm just like, I'm just charging this card. Like I don't even care. But honestly, it probably should be 4. I don't know. I don't know what I would change to do that. Maybe I just go to 58 because I'm greedy, or maybe I cut one Goma to make a fourth Degasu. But honestly, it felt fine at 3. 3 was okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. The
Did
list felt good.
57 feel like too much?
No, 57 was fine.
No. You saw your Rinsu every game. You saw your Gomas every
I
game.
saw everything I needed to see when I needed to see it for the most part. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
One of these days. One
One
of
of these
these
days.
days will get you to realize that's a lot.
Not today, baby. Not today. Um, but yeah, no. And then for my matchups too, right? I had actually had a really nice matchup spread, which was obviously great. Round one, I faced Yellow Saiyaman. It was one of the Florida guys, one of Jason's homeboys. And I kind of felt bad for the guy because I went turn one, played BMS, and he actually ran our Unison tech, the one that like the Goku to rest the BMS, but I defended it, and then he couldn't clear that BMS till he went to his turn 3, and that obviously slowed him down a lot. And I saw the Demigra to clear his Aatrox as well when he did his turn 3 plays, and I think on either turn 4 or turn 5, because obviously I'm gonna get stalled by Saiyaman. I ended up beating him, so proper sideboarding does matter, and using your brain cells. That was the one matchup where I chose to not actually swing early on my turn 2. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna attack you. I'm just gonna chill, and you can sit there and suffer. And it
The
worked.
change up.
Yeah, I did the change up. I did something I normally don't do, right? Um,
Yeah.
round 2, I faced Grady. He was on A21. Um, obviously, he's a very fantastic player. There's nothing that I just want to make that clear.
Blue into blue.
But I threw. I just want to make clear. I literally had the guy like 0 cards in it. I threw. Um,
Hmm.
it was really stupid. Like I had a Beaston bridge a full turn cycle because he accidentally comboed the wrong. He comboed his Aatrox on one of my attacks because I had got him to like 2 life on turn 2, and then I got him to like 1 life, and I kept trying to push, but he obviously defended well because he's playing A21, obviously all that stuff, right? And then I had tried to go for a dump, and he had like barely a few cards left in hand, but I know at least he had 1 full power counter in hand. I start my turn, I draw for turn, I have Koitsukai in hand, and he had on the previous turn played 2 token generators, and me being stupid went, I'm just gonna attack, when it should have been, oh, I have a Majin Do in my drop area, pay 1, play Do, discard Koitsukai, draw a card, use my leader skill to like draw another card, and I should have gone pay 1, activate Koitsukai, pass turn, and he has to warp his whole hand. and then at that point he's not in a very safe spot. I probably would have lost anyways though, because what ended up happening was he drew for turn and he drew off leader skill and he drew the 18 searcher that drew the 18 searcher that drew the 21 SCR. But the problem was on that previous turn was I attacked him so many times that he double full power countered me because he had to, and I had him at 0 cards in hand after he did that basically, and I couldn't kill him. But because I basically enabled him to set up 2 double strikers and I couldn't remove said double strikers, he basically went A21 SCR to wipe my board, including my redirects and all that stuff. And then he swung he swung double strike, basically, right? So that was kind of the throw where it's like, if I just make him warp his hand, he doesn't have the double strikers to kill me. He only has, at that point, his SCR and like his Z battle card and like a bunch of one drops that aren't going to kill me anyways. He wouldn't be able to. It'd be very risky all in at that point. He would have to like really gauge if he can or can't. He would probably just pass turn with the 3 life, but then it gets really dicey because he also still doesn't really have a hand. So it was really, really stupid of me to not remember, oh, I could just play this for my drop. Really, 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 really idiotic of me. But he also played very well. So I'm not going to say, oh, this and that, but that was definitely a throw. But he probably could have navigated it anyways because he is a very good player. Round 3, I faced Will. He was on Red Vegeta. Obviously, I know Red Vegeta like the back of my hand. Will is also a very good Red Vegeta player, so I ain't gonna say anything negative there. You know what I mean? But
Nice trash.
but Double Bean is broken. Double Bean is broken, and SGR is also broken. I believe it was against him. He made a slight missequence where he played the dual attacker and then swung leader, and I went, cool, I'm going to combo this and bottom deck your dual attacker, or maybe it was against him or someone else because I did face 2 Red Vegetas. But Bean is obviously really clutch at that matchup. SGR is really nice at that matchup, and it's aggro versus aggro. We're just going to keep attacking and pushing each other's shit in, and that's really all that it came down to. And obviously Degasu and comboing Marbus to swing through dance and all that does matter as well. But the game did go kind of long. We were actually pretty much close to time, and I'm like, dude, like, you gotta hurry the fuck up. Like, I'm not losing the time.
Sorry, kids.
So we yeah, sorry kids. Yeah, I was able to get him at the very end there, but it was pretty close. Round 4, I faced Tan. He was on Reboot Cell. Unfortunately for him, he only saw 1 dormant. And I forced him to dormant on turn 2, and then on my turn 3, I swung. He used the TN versus card to like clear some 1-drops that I had established, like the Defending Friends and the Bulma. And then I went, oh, you tapped out, you don't have a unison? He's like, yeah, I don't. And I'm like, cool. I'm gonna swing he had the 8-drop cell, the green yellow, the one that has that stupid perma that can multi-block. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna swing do at something. I don't remember what I swung at. I think maybe at his leader or something else. When he did the TN negate, yeah, I swung with this first. He did the TN negate, redirected there, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna bounce your cell. And then he went remove the 2 cards under, and I'm like, you're tapped out. He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, and that card has 2 cards underneath. I have to remove it 2 more times, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Play Beast on, bounce your board. He loses 2 more cards underneath. I used leader skill, established another do, and I went swing do, bounce your cell, and then at that point, like, I basically 5-0'd him at that point. Like, you're tapped out, and I'm playing Arinsu, and I have Beast on in play, and I have a board, like, you're toast, right? If you don't have any floodgates, you kind of just die. It was probably like a 15-minute game. And it's not a shot at him. He genuinely just needed to see a second dormant, and he didn't. And that's why he lost. And then my 4th round, what was it? Hold on. I jotted this down 1 second. No, that was round 4. Round 5 was against Red Vegeta again, against Souza. Very nice player, very nice guy. Really good Red Vegeta player. Unfortunately, he was not very familiar with the Arinsu deck, which was kind of unfortunate. He did not realize, I think I mentioned it, but I don't think he realized, or maybe just didn't take in, that the redirect on this is once per turn, not limit 1. And, he tried to play his defense, I aggroed him, all that type of stuff. And there was an opportunity where he could have killed me, but I had the redirect set up anyways, and I did see a window where he maybe could have done some lines of blaze to get me, but at the end of the day, because he got confused by the fact of, because I did state this is, barrier revenge, but I think he took it in as, oh, this is barrier, like blocker revenge or something like that. I'm like, no, this is So I think he kind of like messed up his lines of play, getting confused on that. Because like Degasu has deflect blocker, but this has barrier revenge, so I think he might have mixed those up. Because yet again, unfamiliarity with the matchup, and it kind of messed up his lines of play. And then I did the redirect twice on the kill turn. That kind of messed things up for him too. So I think it was more of like just knowledge of the actual matchup than anything else. I think if he had had done the matchup just a bit more, I think he probably could have beaten me. I will say that matchup is a little trickier than it initially seems, but also I'm just going to aggress. But either way, shout out to him. It was still a great game, and it is what it is. Round 6, I faced a Nova. That matchup was really, really close. He had the energy marker, but I hyper aggressed him really, 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 really fast and really, really hard that he couldn't. You know the stupid cheese that every yellow deck does where they run Gogeta SCR and they go, oh, I'll go second. That way, if you aggro against me early, I can Gogeta on turn 3. Well, I aggroed him so hard that he had to use his energy marker to Nimbus or he would have died. So he couldn't do that cheese tactic. And it was still a super close game. The redirect yet again saved my life, but it was really, 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 really close match. The guy really played out of his mind. I also did a really bad miss sequence because he had used his leader skill to play the 4-cost Nova to go into the 8-drop. And me being cutesy, forgot I didn't have another 6-drop and drop. I tried to use my lead. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll combo this so that I could do the leader ability to play the thing to untap energy to Z-charge this to bottom deck the Nova. But then I realized, oh my god, I don't have the thing to actually play to untap my energy. So I couldn't get rid of the 4-drop Nova, so it was EX Evolve into the 8 because I did that stupid misplay. And obviously, we're in a region. I'm not going to be like, oh, can I take this back? Like, I'm not going to ask someone that. I made a genuine mistake. I'm not like, how can I take this back? I'm not doing that. Like, I'll make my bed with it,
Hey, if you're still here, thanks.
Yeah. And then
this is Beer's alter ego.
Woo, right? But no. And then I got him at the end of the day. And then the final round was against Jamal, which was kind of unfortunate. Team kill, right? He was playing Bojack. I was playing Arinsu. It was honestly a very, very, very close game. I hyper aggressed against him, which did put the screws on him, honestly. And on the turn where I felt I could have killed him, I Koitsukai'd and all that. But I feel like I might have overcommitted a bit too hard, and he got really lucky. Homeboy literally saw all 4 copies of the 8-drop, so he basically saw multiple 10k combos. He saw 3 Zenos. Through the Bujins, he was able to see UI Kamehameha. I forced him to combo his Serial Beast on, actually, which is pretty funny on the defense, but I unfortunately had to pass turn back to him, and he got me on the crackback. But it was a pretty good game overall. No real complaints there. But yeah, it was a good time.
Nice. Well, are you going to play this deck at more events, do you think?
Maybe. I don't know about for nationals or not. The deck's very aggressive. Like,
seems like your cup of tea.
It is.
And it's blue, which is a good color.
Yeah.
True.
It's hand control, aggro, up the yin yang. I mean,
yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything.
Definitely one of the
heavy dose of aggro, which is super nice.
Yeah.
Definitely think it might have a chance, but I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, I agree. Only time will tell. It's not won any events anywhere, unfortunately, but I don't think that matters. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know. I don't want to sound cocky, but maybe I could top with this. Like, I think the deck is pretty powerful, and it's my style of deck. Like, even more than Vegeta, I think. Like, Vegeta, I like Vegeta, but this is full on gas. Like, a lot of my games on turn 2, at least 4 of my games, I had my opponents at like 2 or 3 life on turn 2, going first or second. Like, if your opponent's at 2 life on turn 2 or turn 3, like, who cares, right? Like, they have to basically commit every resource you give them from the life to not die, and like, go ahead and waste all your floodgates and everything. You just lose. I don't know.
True.
That's valid. I respect that. But we're a little low on time after Beer's dissertation that he wanted to share about the Arinsu deck. So we want to close it up with any wrapping remarks there, Beer.
I mean, just have a great time with the deck, guys. Like, play whatever you want. Who cares what people say? And just have fun with it. The game is fun. This deck is fun. Just, have at it. Just unga bunga.
True. It's about the friends we make along the way, right?
Yeah.
But either way, I appreciate you all for tuning in and watching these videos and supporting our content. Please, I do see you all purchasing items from our online TCG stop. So continue to click the link in the description. We always make sure to keep good prices for everybody, or just message us directly, or anybody here actually, because everyone has a lot of stuff. I always see Klinger with 1,000 cards on his table. To be honest with you, same with
Hey.
Same with beer, but he's attached to everything for some reason. Either way, I appreciate y'all for checking us out, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Peace.